Good morning, friends. Namaskar, मित्रों. This video is going to be in English and explained in Hindi at the same time. यह वीडियो अंग्रेजी और हिंदी दोनों में होने वाला है. हिंदी में मैं अपने अंग्रेजी के वक्तव्य का अनुवाद करूँगा. To begin with, learning any language has more or less the same rules. Whether you wish to learn it for basic conversation skills or for uh, better communication skills, professional communication skills, the rules remain more or less the same, and there are many myths that are spread, people believe in, that might be working in learning the language. And why we can easily qualify them as myths is because if they were real, then everybody would be speaking good language, be it English or any other language. So definitely they are myths. बहुत सारे ऐसे भ्रम फैले हुए हैं अंग्रेज़ी भाषा सीखने के बारे में या किसी भी और भाषा को सीखने के बारे में. एंड वन ऑफ देम इज़ थिंक इन इंग्लिश. अंग्रेज़ी में सोचो. दिस इज़ द मोस्ट स्टूपिड थिंग आई हैव हर्ड. इससे अधिक मूर्खता की बात मैंने कभी सुनी नहीं. जब आपको आती नहीं, आप अंग्रेज़ी में सोचोगे कैसे? जिससे आप बात कर रहे हो उसको अंग्रेज़ी नहीं आती, आप अपनी नानी के बारे में, अपनी माँ के बारे में सोच रहे हो अपने माइंड में, उनसे आप हिंदी में, अंग्रेज़ी में कैसे बात करोगे? नहीं कर पाओगे, वो कभी होएगा ही नहीं. सो थिंकिंग इन इंग्लिश इज़ अ मिथ दैट डज नॉट वर्क. नाउ आई लिव इन एन एनवायरन वेयर nobody speaks English. Even dialects of Haryanvi local language are spoken, not even Hindi. So I am living at a place where nobody speaks. Most of the people who converse with me do so in the local language or in Hindi. And despite that, I am able to maintain a decent standard of communication skills in English. As of now, I just have to keep myself in touch once in a while, brush up once in a while, very little, insignificant. More or less, the initial efforts were more, because initially I had to uh, listen to a lot of English and read a lot of English. More importantly, listen. मैं जहाँ रहता हूँ वहाँ कोई भी अंग्रेज़ी में बात नहीं करता. हरियाणवी भाषा या हिंदी के डायलेक्ट में हिंदी में बात करते हैं. उसके बनस्पत भी मैं अपनी अंग्रेज़ी भाषा को ठीक रख पाता हूँ. अभी मेरे को इतना परिश्रम नहीं करना पड़ता. थोड़ी बहुत कभी कभार नज़र करनी पड़ती है, अपडेट करना पड़ता है, अन्यथा चल जाता है काम. लेकिन प्रारंभ में बहुत करना पड़ा, और मुख्यतः सुनने और पढ़ने में. और सुनना सबसे महत्वपूर्ण. एक बच्चा वही भाषा सीखता है, वो पैदा होता है, उसे कोई भाषा नहीं आती. वह वही भाषा सीखता है जो वो सुनता है, और उस भाषा का वही रूप सीखता है, विकृत रूप, अभद्र रूप, शिष्टाचार वाला रूप, जो भी है, जो वो सुनता है वही वो सीखता है. तो हम सुनने से भाषा सीखते हैं. अगर अंग्रेज़ी भी सीखनी है तो बहुत सुननी पड़ेगी. तो उसमें उसका उच्चारण, उसकी शब्दावली, उसके शब्द, बोलने का तरीका, भाव व्यक्त करने का तरीका, भाव व्यक्त करने के लिए अंग्रेज़ी में जो मुहावरे हैं वो अलग है और हिंदी में अलग है, तो सब सीखना पड़ता है. वो सुनने से आता है. सो हियर आफ्टर आई विल जस्ट कंटिन्यू इन इंग्लिश, more so to also present the idea that I can continuously speak in English. It's not just that there are a lot of people who are comfortable with speaking in both English and Hindi at the same time. The sentences they are able to speak in English, they go ahead with that, and the sentences they cannot, they switch to Hindi immediately. So whatever be the idea, it might be my emotions, things, expressions, I can convey it in English as comfortably or maybe more comfortably than Hindi. In Hindi, I might find myself short of words or expressions. That is less likely to happen in English. Now the focus is very simple. listen to a lot of English. Yes, do read. Reading gives you time to practice speaking. Actually, when you are reading, you are speaking. You get the time to pronounce the words, whatever you have listened to. You get to read them out, and that way it does increase your vocabulary. While listening, you might miss out on a lot of words. You might not get the time to check up the meaning of those words in dictionary and all that. You do not have that much time while listening. While reading, you have the time to check up the meanings, the usage, um, all that, the history of the word, where the word has come from, the origin of the word, alternate pronunciations, usage, all that you can see when you're reading. So, reading does have a role to play, but mainly listening. And in that, you can make a space around yourself where uh, you should be speaking, you should be listening, reading, speaking only English. It could be some YouTube channels, some apps where you have radio channels of English, some programs that you watch in English, some people you converse with in English over the chat, audio messages, or through direct voice call. So make a small world around you where it's not a physical world; it's a more of a virtual world around yourself where you get to speak a lot of that language. In this case, English. In that case, you will not have difficulty expressing yourself or talking at any point of time. So, and how comfortable you are as of now, I just started recording in this particular language, and there could be distractions in between. People might land up here, some sounds might happen, but I'm comfortable, I can handle any of them. And that is for conversation skills in English, how to acquire conversation skills in English. अपने आसपास I would have to translate this into Hindi so that the listeners can understand it more. अपने आसपास अंग्रेजी की एक दुनिया सी बना लो, छोटी सी, आपके मोबाइल में ही बन जाएगी, मोबाइल, लैपटॉप, एक दो दोस्त, चार दोस्त जिनसे आप जिनको अच्छी अंग्रेजी आती हो, जिनसे आप अच्छी अंग्रेजी में वार्ता कर सकते हो, वो दुनिया बना लो अपने आसपास, ताकि आपको एक उचित मात्रा में अंग्रेजी का अभ्यास करने का अवसर आपको मिलता रहे। उसके बाहर आप किसी भाषा में बोलो, कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा। तो बस इतना सा ही आपको करना है। नाउ गोइंग ऑन टू एफिशिएंट कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, if you are required to speak on stage, or if you are required to communicate with a larger audience or with some important person, are you able to express yourself as efficiently at that point of time? The speed, it does not matter, the control over the language, the vocabulary, the usage of the right phrase at the right time, the right expression to go with the right words, where you pause, even the way your face, your mouth, your lips move when you're speaking matters in that case. And a lot of people have much better vocabulary than me, much better diction standards, pronunciation, everything they have better than me. I just have a decent knowledge of the language. But I make up for it with my innovation and creativity on stage or when interacting with people. Being a writer, that comes naturally to me because the audience that is listening to you, the person who has come to meet you, or the important person you have gone to visit, you have to always keep in mind what is the background of the person, what are the intellectual interests of the person, what were the activities he was doing before, those people were doing before coming to the audience, and what they would be doing after that they are aware of. All that is affecting their psyche at that point of time, and according to that, you have to see the time of the day, how active they are at that point of time, and how much of entertainment is required to be added, how much of pleasant surprises that they've not heard before should be included. Um, I have an encyclopedia of that in my mind, and I can come up with that at any point of time. This particular conversation with you need not be that interesting because it is not supposed to be. It is supposed to be more educative and uh, trying to share my experience with the language in the shortest possible time frame. From here on, the answer is very simple. But from here on, it's your job. It's no longer my job. If you're not able to listen sufficiently, if you're not able to spare that time or spare that interest for doing that, God cannot help you. God helps those who help themselves. So unless you are able to do it, I am not going to take the burden of it. It is my concern that for those who were not able to arrive at this conclusion, that this is what is required, I thought I would share my experience. And although if you think to go by logic or reason, this is the obvious answer that you will get. Any child learns the language he hears, he gets to hear. The way it is spoken, rude, polite, respectful, whatever. He learns what he listens to. Simple, you have to listen to a lot of English language. That is the only answer, and you can listen and watch as many videos as you want. But the lesson at the end of the day is simple and straight. Listen to a lot of English. बहुत सारे अंग्रेजी सुनो, यही एक तरीका है अंग्रेजी भाषा सीखने का, और कोई नहीं है। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, थैंक यू सो मच।